my upbringing of learning martial arts and the discipline of sticking with martial arts. And you're only going to get good at it if you apply discipline to it. And I think that's the same thing with Porsche, is they just applied this similar grinding discipline to this one model. And I appreciate that aspect of it. When my dad made this decision to buy this 911, it was kind of out of character because he's not really a sports car guy or even a luxury car guy. And so when we went to go to the dealership to spec it out, he told me to choose the color, and I was only 13. So I thought, it was like, whoa, why is he making me do this? I felt like this tremendous amount of responsibility to do this. And so I go through the color brochure, and I was always looking at the colors that no one else chose. I wasn't going to choose silver, I wasn't going to choose black. And I saw Cassis Red there, and I'm like, I've never seen this color in any car before. And it's not like now where you can do a configurator and you can see the whole thing on a screen. You're just going off this little 3/4 inch by 3/4 inch chip, and you're going, okay, I'm making a gamble here. This will be a cool color to choose. So I chose it. And then the other thing that I asked him to spec was the T-Tray 930 Turbo Tail on there as well. And so those two decisions, I think, then sent me off on my own kind of car guy journey. And so then it became this thing from that point on that I would choose all the colors of their cars, and then eventually when I started to be able to afford cars, that was this thing about like, what's the unique color? What's the right thing to do? I think now that I'm a driver, I appreciate it even more because of the technology and engineering and what they do with the car. I think it really aligns with my lifestyle now, especially because I like cars for the aesthetics, but I like cars for the driving quality, and then I like cars that are proven on the racetrack as well. And I think Porsche, especially the 911, is that car. It can be a really great everyday street driver car. It's totally fine to drive on the street. It's totally comfortable. But then you can step it up to a GT3 and drive that on the track and have a great time in that and have everything satisfied you have for a great track day. And then if you want to step it even higher and buy a race car and get a cup car, it fulfills all those things. Every level that I'm into cars with right now, from lifestyle to racing, the 911 model or the Porsche fills that in. And I think what I like about it is also the Porsche culture is interesting in that yes, there's the purists, but a lot of them enjoy the idea of making the car even better, more personally suited to them. So there's this whole kind of hot rod, modified, outlaw culture that I like about. And then there's a great aftermarket community and a whole other larger community if you go on Ren's List or all those places where people can nerd out and geek out about the nuances they do of their Porsche. It's just a really kind of fun community. And again, because of the lineage, you see so many generations of Porsche guys, from like really old dudes to really young guys, and they're all into it for the same reason, that it's like one of the best driver cars out there. I think the Porsche community is interesting in that there's so many subgroups within the Porsche community, right? Because they all respect the car for different reasons. I think the R Group guys are in it because at one point it was a cheap car to hot rod, and then became really valuable after that. And so then they've got these really cool hot rod and 911s. And then the track guys, they've, probably from the earliest GT3 to the newest GT3, they've been switching them out as the car got better and better for the track. And they're kind of racing purists. And then the guys that are racing them, they all, hands down Porsche guys and Porsche community people. And so it's an interesting community because it's varied. It's so varied. It's very large, and there's different aspects of it, but it also is all gathered around the idea of, especially the 911, from garage queen people to racers that just thrash the hell out of them because they're great cars. And that's what I love about it. It's not just one thing. It's not just one faceted community. It's a very multifaceted community that loves the car for so many different reasons. I'm Daniel Wu. I'm an actor, martial artist, race car driver, and I'm Porsche.